Hello there. This is Dr. Susan Gitau. It's been a while. I'm so grateful to God that I was able to go to South Africa for a Global African Mental Health Network Summit. It was quite successful. We were able to reconnect, especially with our fellow South Africans, clinicians, church leaders, traditional healers, and even youth representation. And we discussed quite a bit of causes of mental health issues in Africa. And we looked especially at the cultural, traditional practices and belief systems that we hold. We also looked at the impact of colonialism on our mental health status. And so that should be maybe a presentation for another day. But for today, I would like to concentrate on Christmas, probably festive season. And if I may, just before Christmas Day, in my country, Kenya, people really remember Christmas. It is the time when you have employers giving the employees a lot of time off work, It is the time very many people are also taking their leave from work. It's the time children are off from school. It's the time, if it's the Christian fraternity, are remembering the birth of Christ, and they're remembering probably their own restoration in their faith. Many things do happen. For the Africans, we always like making merry. We like to be happy. We like to be joyful. So it's also time for feasting. And so there are many goats being slaughtered. There are many chickens being slaughtered. There are many bulls being slaughtered. There are many chapatis. Chapatis is like, I don't know what you can call it from your end, but it's like you need dough, wheat dough, and then you roll it to maybe round stuff. It's just like a pancake, but this one is tough, and without chapati, that delicacy, it's like Christmas is not yet. And especially our days, I'm talking about 3 decades ago. Right now, a lot has changed. Families, is the time they take holidays. It's time they relocate for a while and have time out. For some couples, this is a time they use to reconnect, to build their intimacy. There's basically a lot that happens during Christmas time. And because this Christmas season is extended all the way to New Year, very many people do get stressed. You can get stressed because of organizing for Christmas. You can get stressed because you don't have enough money, and especially to meet the needs and the demands of the Christmas festivities. You may also have stress because it's time to go to your home or your family, and especially in Africa, up country, and you don't have enough money to take to those people. You don't have enough gifts to take to those people. That can be a stressor. Sometimes it could be because it's Christmas time. Most families, especially here in my country or generally in the African continent, the parents invite them, the grandparents invite them to come home. And that's the time they used to discuss serious matters regarding the family. And there are people who may feel, last time maybe when I went home, things were not good. So they feel fearful, they feel so stressed up, and they feel very anxious, and they feel like they don't want to go. And sometimes they only go because Africans are very obedient to the voices of our parents. And so you may find people agreeing to go, but in the inside, they are actually torn apart. There are also situations whereby you remember it's Christmas time, it's meet-up time. And so I'm going to meet my sisters, my brothers, I'm going to meet my friends in the village. And maybe at this particular moment, 2 ways, imagine. I could be having a lot of money, so every time I go up country, they are expecting me to feed them. They are expecting me to treat them. They're expecting me to distribute my resources to them. That can make somebody be very stressed because maybe economically or financially, you have budgeted for your money, but somebody else is budgeting for your money. The other thing could be you don't have the money. And so there are some people who feel, if I'm going up country and people know I've been working in the city and I truly don't have any money to take to these people, how are they gonna take me? Will they accept me? So that can be part of stress. It's also another stressor whereby maybe a spouse wants to go home and the other one doesn't want to go. And especially if there have been long standing conflicts and disagreements, and one person just feels, no, I don't want to do that. And sometimes disagreement on, you never had a plan on this, you never planned on how to take care of your Christmas period or how to go about your Christmas period. And so conflicts can arise from everywhere. Sometimes you have grown up children, teenagers, and young adults, and they get to a level and they tell you, we don't want to go with you, daddy and mom, up country. We want to stay here. And you're thinking budget, you're thinking about their social well being, you're thinking about everything. You're thinking about security, because there are people leaving their homes to go up country already. That is a security scare. So there are many, 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 many sources of stress. Not forgetting that it's during Christmas time that you find very many relationships breaking up. It's the time you find also marriages breaking up. It's the time you also find families breaking up. It actually beats the reason for Christmas in so many ways. The reason that we know for Christians is a time for restoration, because we are thinking now a savior is born for us. But you will be shocked that this is a time very many breakups do happen for many reasons. Because there could be somebody, they are married and they've been having a relationship for a very long time. And this is a time that the two sides are asking for your attention, they're asking for your money, and you may not be in a position to actually meet their demands. And so at the end of the day, this side is telling you, you are not treating us because you've taken all your money to that side. This other side accuses. So it's back and forth accusations, and can be a very, very stressful moment. Sometimes it is a period that we have very high cases of sexual and gender-based violence reported at the police station, reported at the chief's camp, reported to the wazes are the village elders, or reported to the family and especially parents. Stress during Christmas time. Sometimes this stress can be chronic, and over time, if it's not managed, you may find some people sinking into depression. And when I talk about depression here, they feel overwhelming sadness, overwhelming emptiness, overwhelming loss of interest. They don't be with other members of the family. Even if they are there, they feel so alone, they feel so lonely, they feel so left out. And they can cry most of the time. They can regret why they even probably came to join with others. And loneliness can also happen if, for example, you never had a chance to meet up with family, and you can hear or even watch on television or even on social media how other people are quite happy, and you are just alone and you feel very unhappy. And so if that also is not controlled, it can put somebody in a very depressive state. And so it's important to ask yourself as an individual, first and foremost, what is causing me stress during this festive season? Because if you know what is causing you stress, the next question you can ask, how is this stressor affecting me right now, affecting the people close to me, and is likely to affect me into the future? Answering those questions again is very, very key. The next question is, how do I probably maybe get out of this, or how do I cope with this? And there are many ways of coping. One being acceptance, especially where you feel there's nothing I can do about the situation right now. You just accept the situation. And once you accept the situation, sometimes I say allow yourself to feel the hurt, to feel the fear, to feel the guilt, to feel the anger. Just allow yourself. And that allowing is very critical. It might be a bit painful, but it's only a matter of time that you find yourself getting better. Not that you allowed it to get better, but you're allowing it to accept This is a situation as it were. I'm talking to the people who don't have partners. I'm talking to the people who may not have their families around. I'm talking to the people who don't even have those extended families. I'm talking to the people who don't have enough money to celebrate during this festive season. I am talking to people who are in conflicted relationships. I am talking to you in your own situation that is causing you depressive symptoms, or it's causing you high level stress. There's another group, the people that like hosting people during this festive season, and you have to wake up, cook for them, prepare everything. You have to think how laundry is gonna be done. It's not easy to host people. And here in Africa during Christmas season, people can go to one family, or people can go up country, but they have not totally planned about water that is going to be used at that time. They've not planned about electricity that's going to be used at that time. They have not planned about probably where these people will be sleeping. It can be very, very stressful. And you can imagine having them week 1, week 2. It will cause you burnout because it's a routine that is being repeated. It is a situation. It is a care that is being repeated, and it's care towards another human being. And we say that even in our professional engagements, that those who deal with human beings are likely to suffer more burnout than those who deal probably with animals, and especially dealing with people who are not close to you or who are not demanding of your physical presence, your attention, your emotional attention, and all that is required of somebody to give attention to another. So it can even be a burnout moment. And you know, I have talked about burnout before, that when you feel burnt out during this Christmas season, it's like you are totally exhausted of doing anything and everything pertaining to these festivities, whether it's hosting, whether it is you being at home, you know, like you've done everything that needs to be done, or you've not even done enough, because there are people who do the trimming of their compound at this time. There are people who go and plant flowers and trees and whatever. You know what you do during this festive season, and it can really get you exhausted. Sometimes it's people sitting down and just eating and watching TV. And for sure, if you're not used to that kind of a lifestyle, you may also be getting into that situation of feeling burnt out, feeling like you're so distressed and stuff like that. So ask yourself, are you burning out? And that is why Christmas period, Christmas festivities should be well planned, should be well budgeted, so that you do not get caught by surprises during this time, and you do not get to a level of detesting why you even maybe invited people, why you even became a host. You don't get to that level. And I'm also talking to you. If you have been invited somewhere, you're being hosted, kindly remember you can help with the dishes, you can help with the trimming of the fence, you can help with all that is happening, because there are people, because they have been hosted by a family, by their relatives, all they do is sit down and watch TV, eat and sleep. Kindly get to know. And especially in Africa, we're not really like the West, where they speak openly, they say what they are doing, they speak about their expectations, they tell you the ground rules, maybe for the house, they tell you everything. Here in Africa, we are like, you're gonna read for yourself, you know, you read the hidden messages. But time has come, we don't wanna read the hidden messages. It can take forever. And that is where you find very many people in Africa, after having a very good moment during Christmas season, later on you're like, oh, they can't talk anymore. It's because they never opened up. They never even shared what was not good for them, what was not done well, how they were treated. Or if you're a host, you never told them that I needed help. You never told them. It's quite exhausting. I would like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Susan Gitau, where you will access mental health tips every week, every month, every year. Thank you.